go live.
Boots and cats and boots and cats. And boots and cats.
And what time are we at here?
Oh, there we go. We're live.
Yeah, people can hear us.
It's working. You nailed it.
I nailed it. And now we're at the
freaking
10-second countdown, everybody.
it.
And then we're going to go
Like
live.
it's New Year's.
Right? So excited. 3, 2,
2, 1.
Happy New Year!
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to our Friday night smoke sesh. We're your 2-bit girls, and we are coming to you live tonight with pot smoking moms. And we are coming to you live from South Florida. So thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thanks for having us. We love you guys. You guys are the best energy in the cannabis world.
Aw, we feel the same about you.
Sesh with you guys on your
Yeah.
channel live.
Oh, we're so excited.
Yeah, we're so excited.
We're
We've
so
been
stoked.
waiting for this day for so long.
Just
I'm
want to
rolling
make sure.
up now because of the technical difficulty setting up. I didn't get a chance to roll up before.
I'm setting up
that's all
our.
right.
I'm gonna call people from our Instagram over. Can we see the chat? Can we see people talking?
Can you guys see the chat?
right
Do I
now?
gotta go in? I can go in on YouTube.
We don't see it on this screen that we're
Oh.
looking at right now. Oh wait,
Okay,
What up, North Star?
because we have a chat up here.
chat with
Yeah.
everyone in the studio.
Hey, Hannah. What's up? Hey, Taylor.
Hey, Taylor, Hannah, North Star Road.
What's up? Yeah, we got it. Cupcake got it going.
Thanks for joining us.
It wasn't a me thing. Cupcake got this whole getting the live guests into the live show. That was a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
too much technology for me.
Mad props, yo.
Thank you. I almost ripped my hair out, but we made it.
What's up, Juicy Jenny? Hey, Baron. Okay,
Hello, everybody.
so Captain J and Sunny D, we freaking have been obsessed with you ladies for a long time now. But how long have you been doing your podcast for?
We've been doing our podcast for it's gonna be 4 years, right?
Girl, we're going on 5.
No.
It was 2019 when we started, right?
It's gonna be 5 years. Yeah,
Or-
2019.
19,
September of 2019.
21, 22, 23. Okay, no, 4 years.
4. It's gonna be 4.
I lost. I
She's
forgot how to
like-
count.
She's like, I have been with this bitch for 80 years. I cannot
I
wait.
feel ya. I feel ya.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
Before the pandemic, pretty much like she just finished having her second. We have a group mom chat of our friends, and she just put in there one day, we should have a podcast about being moms that smoke pot. And I was like, fuck yes. I love that idea. Like I would listen to that podcast. Why not? So then she
And
got
I was
stuck
like,
with
all
me,
right.
like saying, hey, let's do it.
I was like, okay. And then she showed up at my house and I was like, what are you doing here? And she's like, we're recording a podcast. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was like, surely no one's going to hear or want to listen to this shit. But like, let's do it for fun because it's an excuse to get together and smoke weed anyways. And then people listened.
We were shocked. We were like, wow, people are actually responding to this.
Yeah.
I guess there's a need for it.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely hilarious and like so great to listen to. I love that we've been doing this for almost the same amount of time. We're coming up to like 5 years doing this.
Yeah.
And like, yeah,
Yeah. November 3rd will be 5 years.
so crazy.
Yeah.
I want to
So-
say that like we were checking, like when we first started, we started checking people out, and you are one of the first groups that we saw doing it, and we were like, oh, they're cool, man. And then like we even like we got together and had you guys on our show too a while back ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 times. I want to say we've been on the show with you guys twice already.
Yes.
On our show. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we did an Instagram live together.
Oh, we did.
Oh,
That's why.
maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then we were live on your show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I felt like 2
Oh.
times.
Yeah.
Because that was that season that we tried to do like a live with all of our guests the day the air showed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aired.
The show aired. Yeah.
Let me get a lighter. I want
We
to.
just don't even notice. We're like, yep.
5 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah, so
amazing.
that's why we're on the live. I miss doing that. That was nice when we did
That was fun. And sometimes we would like get really weird, and it would end up being just us two. but we would see like one in the chat.
Yeah, like one person.
And it's like,
in there
yeah,
with-
it's just you and me. That's the one. You're the other one. I'm the other one.
For real though, I always feel like that's how we feel too, right? We're like, we know that we're gonna get together every Friday night,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have a smoke sesh, and it doesn't matter how many people are joining us. It's free to whoever wants to join us and come and smoke weed with us, because this is what we do Friday nights.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure. And like, subscribe, you guys, because you get notifications. And how would you ever know if you weren't subscribed that ladies were going live?
Yeah, we did a secret live season premiere for this season. Like we just started season 12 again, and Dee was like, "You want to just do it live?" Because we usually get together on Saturdays and record the show, and we've been playing with the idea of starting to do it live more often. That's why we're starting to do season premieres and finales live. And she's like, "Let's just do it." And I was like, "As a test, because we got a new computer built for the show, or we just wanted to test how everything runs." And we did it. So like we had like what,
Yeah.
7 people there max. Like,
Yeah, it was cool. It was a couple
thanks
people.
for subscribing.
We were like,
That's how you know you're here, because we didn't, advertise that we are gonna do it or anything, because it was a last second thing.
and we were like, shh, don't come in here. It's secret.
We literally labeled it secret
Don't come
secret
in
season
here.
premiere. Don't come in.
don't tell anybody. Yeah.
They love breaking rules.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
So you guys also have like a pub crawl? A bud crawl.
a
A
bud
bud crawl. It's not a pub crawl.
Right. It's like a pub crawl, but we go to dispensaries instead of bars, instead of pubs. And
Incredible.
we've done it twice. We're gonna do it a third time for Halloween this year.
The weekend before Halloween.
We're gonna do costumes.
Buddy, we
Nice.
gotta do that we gotta do that here.
Yeah, I know, but the laws.
Inspired.
Okay, like that's what I wanted to ask too. Like, what are the laws like in Florida?
So with
Like for consumption.
medical, it is medical. So
Okay.
you
You
know,
have to be a patient. I
Yeah.
mean, we have non-patients on the bus that still come for the vibe and the good time, and we have a good time still, but they're not able to purchase at the stops, and they're usually like
Okay.
a guest of a patient, that they're there with a patient.
Okay, so like I know in some of your TikToks and stuff, I've seen you, like there was the one where you're eating something, and then you blow smoke out. Like, is that a consumption lounge, or
no, it's not.
you were breaking the law?
She totally broke the rules.
And
For content, for the sake of content.
yeah, man.
Amazing! I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
He's like, oh
and
man.
Chiba Hut loved it. They're like, yes,
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
And we were like in their restaurant. It was so funny because I was so nervous because there were some other like
She
patrons
tried
in
it
there eating.
first.
I tried it first and I took a small hit. It was with a vape pen. It wasn't with like, flour,
Yeah.
and we're in a restaurant.
Mine was on a vape pen too.
I know, but I took a small hit
Yeah,
from it
yeah.
because I was nervous because like a couple tables over were people
Yeah,
eating.
it was families too. There was like people with a family. We didn't want to be like, oh,
Yeah.
I smoke
and
in the
then
restaurant.
and she's like, let me try. And then she did it in this huge
Yeah,
glass, and I was
I gotta really.
I was like, we're gonna get
I-
kicked out of here.
I did too much, and then I was like, oh no, everybody's gonna see it.
Oh no.
oh no.
I know, and nobody gave a fuck about shit. Everybody was like, whatever, who gives a shit? I mean, what they know what's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
people ask, we're like, oh wow, what is that? How do you smoke that Rice Krispie? Oh,
You did it with the sandwich and
go
the
to-
Rice Krispie.
Go to Chiba Hut, you'll find out. No, it's a stoner themed restaurant. They sponsor us.
Okay.
And they have like none of the food is medicated. It's like just very, very stoner themed and stoner friendly.
Yeah.
Like it's pop culture references everywhere, and like the food is super cool.
All the
stoner
sandwiches
food.
are named off after different cannabis strains, and like
That's
sandwich
dope.
sizes.
Amazing.
Yeah, the sandwich sizes are like pinner and blunt. and,
Blunt.
like, yeah, so depending
Yeah.
on the size.
We have to drive really far to get to one, but like, I want to open up a franchise. I would love to open up it's a franchise.
yeah,
You're
they're
totally like worth it.
Colorado.
I was gonna say is it like the White Castle Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, you know?
like that little adventure. Like you're just
super
like,
adventure.
let's go.
Oh my god, that's so
We should do
funny.
a
We
sketch
should
like
do
that.
a
Funny.
thing
for
like
them.
was it
Yeah.
mockumentary style of us like trying to get to Chiba Hut.
Exactly.
See,
yeah,
this is
riding
why-
a Chiba.
This is why it's so great when other podcasts can like talk with other podcasts and hang out, because
Yeah.
you get different ideas, right? We're like, yo, we need a cannabis pub crawl. And you're like, yo, we got to do a White Castle adventure.
Yeah, man, but rent a party bus. You guys do party buses out there in Canada?
We do, like, totally do. Yeah.
I've been on like pub crawls and stuff in
Yeah.
my 20s, you know, but
Yeah, you know, funny enough, I never been on a pub crawl.
What?
I had never been on a pub
Really?
crawl. I was just like, let's just do it with weed.
I've never been a drinker. I've never liked beer, so that's not something I would do. My husband,
okay.
friends love beer,
Mm-hmm.
but not me. I've always been the smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's easier to control. You're like, I'd rather be stoned at an event than like super drunk, because I feel like when I'm like drinking, I don't really have control of myself. Whereas, like, what if I'm just smoking weed? I know I'm going to have a super great time. I know what the high is like, right? I know exactly what my night's going to entail.
Add
As
in
opposed-
mushrooms and it's even better.
Yes, mushrooms and weed I can handle. But I feel like when you go out and you're like drinking, you're just drinking one alcohol, and all of a sudden people are like shots, and now you're taking shots of like everything, and then you're
A
like,
couple
you're
of
gonna
drinks
be
are okay, but yeah,
fucked.
like I don't like drinking too much.
No.
I used to work in the biz, so I
And the
drank
alcohol biz?
like in like the restaurant business.
Me too. Me too. Yeah,
And-
both of us.
Thinking you're like showbiz.
Well, that too, baby.
Like which biz?
Subscribe to the OnlyFans. Just kidding.
I wish it's starting to get to a
OnlyGrams.
place where I'm gonna start an OnlyFans. I told my husband I think I'm just gonna do it, keep it faceless, and just sit on stuff like sit on cakes and sit on sandwiches and stuff like that. I think
There's like
that
cake
might help.
farting, I heard. Cake
Oh,
farting?
cake farting? That's
Fart
a
on
thing?
cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Party
Yeah.
that's
cakes.
pretty great.
Farting
I
on cakes.
I tried to convince my boyfriend. I was like, yo, let me start an OnlyFans for you. I'll just take a cut of it.
I'll be your manager.
Because like I know exactly what women want to see and what women would pay for. So like, let's do this.
You live stream him washing those dishes, Ray Ray.
Right? Like, just like a cute little apron on, right? Like cute butt, right? But washing dishes, making dinner, right?
Yes. Packing
Laundry, folding the kids' clothes.
me a bowl.
Totally.
Something.
I'm not only like we're not only getting paid, but I now just have like the best maid ever, right? Like, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Daniel says Murica.
Daniel here.
America. Is
Murica.
most
Murica.
audience from Canada?
Is he?
Most of your audience is Canadian?
Yes.
Most of it is, I would think, but
We have a few that watch us from like Paris and like Ireland, which is super
Ooh.
awesome. Yeah.
we've had a lot of places that like aside from
Oh,
But
shit.
mostly, yeah, like everybody right now I feel like is Canadian.
We'll be able to get mine?
our
She had-
regulars. How about you guys?
The plug.
Where's
Yes.
where's
Shout out to the plug.
most of your audience?
Miami, most of our audience is American, but we do have like, you know, that gives you the percentages on your
Mhm.
podcast or whatever. It says like 3% are Canadian, and we
Oh
have
wow.
a couple patrons that are Canadian as well. So yeah, but most of them are definitely here in the US,
Yeah.
Florida, New York,
Mhm.
that kind of areas.
Yeah. Do you find it hard to do cannabis content?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. We've been banned off TikTok. We lost our
Yeah.
TikTok account. We had like
Oh wow.
160,000 followers on there or something. And then Dee started her own and I started my own. She's gotten up to like 28. She's, you know, somehow made her way back up there. I'm not as consistent with content. I don't have as, you know, I'm not home. I work a full-time job all day.
Mhm.
So I'm not able to post as much content. And so like I'm at like 4,000, you know, and that's because I got lucky with one video for some reason went like over 1 million views. And it was like the shortest, silliest video.
Something you never thought would go viral and it did. You're like, really? That's what it takes?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was great, but damn. Okay, 1.1 million. All right, let's go. So yeah, on TikTok it's hard. We haven't had that much like content getting taken down on Instagram. We've gotten a few violations saying, you know, we can't advertise, we can't like do any posts for, you know, money or anything like that. So I would say where we found the most difficulty is definitely on TikTok. And when we tried to advertise our podcast on like a streaming platform, like, you know how you could on your podcast platforms, you see advertisements for other podcasts. We were trying to do an ad for our podcast and they let us do it for a little bit. And then they said, oh, sorry, we have to remove your ad. And I think they refunded us what we paid. And they said they had to basically change their rules because they got complaints about our advertisement, I guess. Like,
wow,
complaining about seeing it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It can be super frustrating for sure. I know on TikTok I have to call it dragon time, and I haven't been like, I just blow out smoke, and I haven't gotten like
smoke.
I have like a green thing over my head and I blow out, and I've never had like a violation. The only violations I've had is if it's like bloody makeup. So like Halloween makeup.
Yeah.
I've gotten like violations.
Or like,
yeah.
Wow.
But I'm terrified. Terrified.
Put anything with smoke. Anytime we put anything where we're exhaling smoke, it's immediately taken down.
Really?
Yeah.
I must be like automatically flagged.
Dragon thing. Yeah, for sure. And that's why we don't put our logo anymore of, you know, the pot leaf with the lady with all her hands.
Yeah.
We put pictures of us that just say Pot Smoking Moms. We changed it because that logo was also a big red flag. They see the cannabis leaf and automatically. No.
Like, it's like, I get that it's not legal all over the world and that's why they do it, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's still so frustrating because it's like the videos that I see on TikTok are like, some of them are so ridiculous. And I'm like, and you're telling me that I can't blow out smoke or smoke it, like, you know, have smoke in my video or like talk about the, you know, cannabis.
Standard also because like huge content creators that have huge followings will post things and they're not getting taken down. Then they're straight up doing a dab like on TikTok and it's still there. It's like, how is that still there?
I literally saw an ad on TikTok for like a Coke holder, like to do cocaine, and it was like a holder and it had like a little scoop with like a shovel thing in it, and it was like, look at that,
the bag has arrived.
The bag has arrived.
So I want to ask quickly here. Sorry to interrupt your story. So this plug, is this a legal plug or a non-legal plug?
Or like
it is 10 o'clock after 10 o'clock at night here. So
it's an original market plug.
Hey, that's my kind of plug. That's my kind of plug. So like, you know, I'm not judging. I will actually respect you more.
We love him. He's a great guy.
I just told him.
Product, Miami High Life. You can find him on Instagram and Telegram.
I just told him, like, hey, we'll plug your shit to our Canadian friends. He's like, yeah.
He's not gonna mail to Canada.
But
you know, if there's any Americans here in Florida. Oh, you got some cookies too?
Oh, he gave us cookies.
Oh, he gave us cookies.
Nice. I'm gonna use one of those.
That's a nice plug. I like that. I like that.
That's a good plug. I one time was in Florida, and some people that I was with, they had a plug out there, so we just like ordered pizza, and they brought us pizza and weed. Like the weed was in the pizza, and it felt really scary to me. I was like, oh my god, like we can get arrested here. Like it was, you know, in Canada it wasn't exactly legal, but like. There it was extra. Oh, that's a beautiful cookie.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
She's gonna eat it right now. She's like, I'll have it now.
The last time Cupcake was in America,
I went to,
right?
I went to
You went-
the Fargo.
Fargo.
The Fargo.
She went to the Fargo. She was in the Fargo.
I went to Fargo.
She was coming back to Canada
see
and she
Pink.
literally had to go see Pink. Yeah. And she literally had weed left on her that she couldn't bring over the border. So she was trying to give it away and nobody would take it from her.
What? Nobody would take free weed?
No, they thought it was like a cop or something. They were just like, nope. And this guy was like wearing a shirt that said something about weed. And I was like, hey man, like I'm Canadian. I'm going home. You know,
Do you want this?
I have this weed left over. I just don't want to throw it in the garbage. I even had it in like a Canadian cigarette pack. And yeah, he was just like, nope, I'm not fucking touching that. And I was just like, all right. Like they thought it was some
Cop you and you're trying to arrest somebody, you'd be trying to sell it to them. That makes
yeah,
sense.
no, I just wanted to give it away.
There's nothing illegal about like accepting a gift. I guess.
Yeah, but look at that. People are. It's so demonized
so
that people are
scared
just
here.
like,
what state?
no, man.
I was in Fargo.
Okay.
But like we stopped at a Walmart and maybe it was somewhere on the way, like closer to home. I don't know. I wasn't driving, so I'm not like super
seriously,
familiar
we're
with the
really
states,
just like that.
But I also like it took me a long time to find weed when I went out there. But like I wasn't scared. I was asking like random people on the street. I even went into like a legal dispensary that was like because I'm medical here.
Yeah. No.
So I was like, can I be medical here? And they were like, no. And they're like, you have to be a resident. So then I started asking random people. Some people were like pissed at me.
Damn.
Then like I found this girl who looked kind of like me, right? Like colorful hair. Well, I used to have colorful hair, right? So like at the time. So I was just like, hey, you look like me. Do you smoke weed? She worked at like JCPenney. She was the cashier there. And I was just like,
she might be in the photography center.
Can you help me out? And yeah, she did.
Oh,
so,
yes,
like,
finally.
The plug took like forever. So like I didn't get that was probably like, you know, noon. And I didn't get till like 10 p.m. But I still got it wasn't the greatest. But
what year was this? How long
I paid a shitload for it too. Like I paid a lot for it, but I was like, I need something, right? So like it sufficed. It did the trick while I was there, worth it all. But yeah, it was definitely experience.
How long ago was this? Like what year?
How long ago was that? 3 years?
3 years? 4 years?
4 years. 4 years.
Craziest things you did to try to find weed when you're out of town in a place you don't know. And when I was in Louisiana, I was in New Orleans for a conference for work, and I ran out of weed. I had brought weed with me because I'm crazy. And you should not fly with weed, people, but
here you can. Here you can.
Here you can now.
In Canada, you can.
As long as you're flying within Canada, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I heard,
so
you know
lucky.
what?
We can't do that here.
I posted a picture today of like sometimes I have to take my kids to the dispensary, and I try to do it like in the middle of the day when no one's there. But people in Canada told me that you guys, they don't let you bring your kids into the dispensary over there.
No.
Not at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would think if it was a recreational dispensary, it would not be allowed here either. But I think since it's a medical and you're going to pick up your medicine, it's kind of like stopping at a pharmacy to pick up meds.
That's how it should be. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, but it's recreational here.
Recreational. So. That's when they say no kids in the dispensaries. Because somebody else in what's MA? Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
Someone in Massachusetts. Sorry, I had to just confirm. Because I was like, I don't know. And Massachusetts, someone there said that they don't let the kids into the dispensary either. I'm like, what do I do? Leave them?
Super responsible.
All right, fucking seriously.
Tie them up outside like a dog.
Right. I mean, for real, that's what they treat it like.
Right.
When I was in Louisiana, I ran out of the weed that I brought because I was like, oh, I could probably buy weed here or whatever. And I just got.
She was only going to be there a few days, too. It's not like she needed a whole lot of weed.
You know? And so I ran out and I was like, damn, I need for one more night. I smoked more than I intended. And so I was walking and I saw this young lady outside of a Popeye smoking a blunt. So I was like, okay, let me just ask her. And she looked at me like, what is this white lady asking me for
Yes,
weed
random
for?
ass middle-aged white lady walking up asking me for weed.
She looked really
Sus.
suspicious of me. And then she took me to her friend inside Popeyes, and they looked really and I showed them my pen, and I was like, this is not going to suffice. I need weed.
I was like, why didn't you just show them our podcast and be like, look, I'm not a cop and I'll prove it. This is my podcast.
Right?
Yeah, you want to be a guest on our podcast?
Right? That's what I tried too. I was like, I do a show, man. Like,
That's so funny.
Fucking Canadians, just too friendly trying to give away weed, right? Nobody wants our weed. We're like, we're from Canada.
I'm Canadian, man.
We're
I'm friendly.
Just take the weed.
Yeah, the thing is here in America, we're just suspicious of everything because it's like everyone's
because everybody here's
everyone's up to some fuck shit all the time.
Plus, we're from Manitoba, so like our license plates say "friendly Manitoba."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we're
That's
like
so crazy too.
we're friendly Canadian and then friendly Manitoban.
That's great. That's so nice to like, you know, that be your thing. Oh, that's our thing over here. We're nice over here. We're a bunch
friendly.
of fucking assholes.
But like at the same time, so like friendly Manitoba, where we were also like the murder capital of Canada for like years in a row.
We're also
friendly, but we'll kill you.
yeah,
we're also a nickname
We'll
Killer Peg.
stab you. We'll fucking stab you, right? Like
Yeah.
we're really friendly. Don't push us.
we're so friendly that one false move and we'll snap and fucking kill you. But other than that, everybody's nice around here.
Like,
Just
oh
don't-
my God.
We're
so
also
friendly. They're always pushing down, like being not friendly, so that when they finally they just snap and fucking murder you.
yeah.
over here, it doesn't take much. We'll just murder you.
Killer Peg, friendly Manitoba.
Over here, it's stand your ground. They were standing on my ground. It's crazy over here,
So,
man.
have you like been in Florida your entire life?
Oh my
Born
god.
and raised, like
Me, I have. I'm looking to get. I'm clawing out of here. But I've been here, born and raised, like native all my life.
I was born here, but growing up, my mom moved a lot. So we moved a lot between Georgia and Florida. So I was between those two states a lot. And then when I turned 18, I turned 19 and got married. I was married at 18, but at 19, I moved to Germany because my husband was in the military. So I lived there for 2 years. So I actually got to see how it is to live like outside of the country, which I didn't realize at the time how amazing it was because I was only a 19-year-old kid away from home for the first time, missing family and friends. So it's like I loved it there, but at the same time, I wanted to be home with like my family and friends.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, man, I wish I could live there again.
Now she's like, man, I can't wait to get the fuck out of Florida. This place is
Scary.
man. We rarely
we
leave our house.
We have this thing like on the radio station for a while. Every week they'd be like, Florida man did like on this date. You remember
Yeah,
that?
you could Google Florida man and the date and see
Yeah.
what comes up.
So
Florida man-
apparently
Let's say
on the day of my birthday, a Florida man was arrested for trying to smoke weed with a police officer.
oh, appropriate.
Yeah. I was like, that's super dope.
Good, great, right up my alley. Boom.
So on brand.
That's pretty great.
hilarious.
Oh, what's up? Don Julio, Pigeons, T.I., Nana. What's
Hello,
up, guys?
everybody.
Happy Friday.
Anybody in the audience have a fun story of
Crazy
trying
way
to
you
cop
buy
weed?
weed?
Yeah, so something crazy in a different place. You're trying to get weed.
What was great about having an audience, like you said, you were trying to show your show to be like, hey, I'm cool. I had this problem in northern New York. I was like in Albany visiting my brother, and I was trying to find weed. I thought I could just, it's legal there. I could just buy it. But in that area, there was no recreational dispensaries, only medical. So I couldn't get it.
Okay.
So I just put the bat signal out on my stories in Instagram. And I was like, well, I am in northern New York in the Albany area and I need weed. Anybody around here who can help me? And somebody came to my call and they helped me.
And they listen to our podcast.
They listened to the podcast and they're fans, and they
Hey.
hooked it up with some good weed at a good price.
Amazing.
You know,
That's amazing. That's always great. Great job.
Yeah, you never know. You might have a listener in the area. Or watch-
Exactly.
I was trying. It took me 4 days one time.
It.
It took me.
watch you. No, not that watcher.
We got a few of those too.
Well, we've definitely had our share of those ones.
Words
Yeah.
are appropriate.
Viewers is good. That happens to me all the time. I cannot come up with the correct word. I come up with a word that's ridiculous. When I was pregnant, I was trying to ask my husband to buy shredded cheese, but the word shredded, for whatever reason, was not populating in this dictionary up here. So I said, flake, can you get flake cheese? And he's like, what the
Flake
fuck is
cheese?
flake cheese?
Parmesan cheese?
Yeah, like the shredded kind. I called it flake cheese, and ever since then it's been a thing. One day I called it flake cheese, and now oh,
I like it. I like
really
it.
like that. Yeah.
I really want to call it flake cheese now. I think it's a thing over here now too.
I mean, it's kind of gross, like dandruff. Like you don't want like dandruff cheese.
Like flaky cheese. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sometimes Parmesan cheese is flaky. Like they're like,
Yep.
Oh yeah, right. And it
If
looks
it's
like
like
dandruff.
Yeah. If it's like real flaky.
Dandruff. Oh ho ho, Charlie Green Giant. Do I sound like I'm from New York? People always trip out on
You
my
do.
accent.
You sound like you're from New York. I have some family that lives in New York.
I think you sound like from Miami, not New York.
Yeah, but they don't know Miami like we know Miami.
It's true. Yeah, we've never
True.
been to Miami or Florida. I've never been to Florida. You've been to Florida.
Once.
It was such a freaking shit show
If
recently.
you-
I'd say come
Right.
and visit.
And if you do come, you come to South Florida specifically.
Yeah.
I went to Kissimmee.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
by
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like they're like in the middle.
Orlando. It's blue. It's a blue
Yeah,
area.
well,
It's blue.
it's touristy too, so
We stayed in like a gated community. And then I went to a punk show. Actually, it was like a band that I know people from here. And they were playing in Orlando, downtown Orlando.
And you went all the way over there rather than just seeing them in your hometown. You're like,
Well,
oh, you guys are going to Orlando? Bet.
No,
I'll see you there.
no, I was there and they were there, so I went and saw them.
Over there.
Oh, nice.
So, I hadn't seen them in a long time. So, I knew them from high school and stuff. So
Wow. What a coincidence.
I went and I saw them out there and it was super fun.
You took a bus.
Yeah.
How long did the bus take you?
But no, because I got it dropped off that night of the show. And then I ended up partying with them all night. And then I had to take a bus home the next day because they were on tour. So they had to go off and to the next town.
Tour.
Yeah. And
Yeah, man, that sounds
On
exhausting.
to the next one.
yeah, so it was that kind of my fake lashes hanging right off kind of thing. And I had to take 2.5 hours of 4 buses.
She's like, yeah,
back to Kissimmee. And I was
We're on tour. We gotta go into the
It
next space.
It was fun though. Yeah, super fun.
That's hilarious.
And then you just tell everybody you're Canadian, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're Canadian." They treat you nice.
Ti thinks you guys thinks that Sunny D that you sound like you're from New York.
Yeah, we.
Right.
yeah.
And apparently, I used to be a call center. I used to do customer service call center. When I had a cold, people would tell me I sounded like I was Canadian, and I thought that was fucking crazy. When I had a cold,
Canadian.
yo, if it happened once, I would have been like, "Oh,
That
it was
person's
it was
crazy.
that one person
But it
that was
happened
crazy."
multiple times.
Bro, it happened multiple
like
times.
different people said you sound Canadian.
It happened twice at least. 2 times. And the second time I was like, by God, seriously? Are you related to that other guy? I thought it was. They said Boston. People have said Boston before too.
Oh, I just saw Lawrence here.
Do you think
Lauren.
do you think that we have accents? Do you think we sound Canadian?
Sometimes.
I can't.
Sometimes the end of stuff.
The end of
What you say? Yeah, when you finish some of
way
the
you
things
finish
you
words?
say, yeah.
like what?
You know what? When it happens,
You let us know.
I will
Yeah.
let you know.
Point it out.
I'll go like this.
You're like, yeah, that's the goal. Yeah.
You sound Canadian.
That's
You sound
Canadian. Fucking nailed it.
Not all the time, but there's certain times when it's real quiet and you'll be finishing one of your sentences and I'll be like, aha, aha. But it took a while. It took a while to listen to, to pick up the little tiny twang and the certain things that you guys say sometimes.
I'm not good at identifying accents.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel like I have an accent. But yeah, that's what everybody says, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So-
I'm like, I don't have an accent. So
I
We're
don't have
all
an
like-
accent. You have an accent.
Yeah, we're like, fuck
so-
you. I don't have you have an accent.
you have an accent. I don't have an accent. You know you are, but what am I?
People,
Oh my gosh.
people used
Hey.
to say, and I used to be like, oh, it's just because they're white and they've never heard a Hispanic person speak, a Cuban American speak.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, you sound like that singer, that famous singer. What's her name? Do you know what singer they thought I was? Well, one of them said Gloria Estefan, and I was like,
she's
a couple of them.
Yeah,
And I was like,
American.
when they would say Gloria
She's Cuban.
Estefan, I'd be like, oh,
Okay,
well,
yeah.
naturally, that perfect. Yes, she is Cuban American. That is what I sound like. Somebody once said J-Lo, and I was like, nah, buddy.
J-Lo, no.
Nobody.
When she's singing Jenny from the Block, I could see it. Jenny from the Block, J-Lo, I could see it.
Damn,
I do
yeah.
feel like Puerto Ricans and Cubans can sound very similar.
Yeah. Dominicans sometime too. You know.
We're a big melting pot down here.
We're like,
And,
there's a lot of
Miami.
Caribbean culture down here
Caribbean,
too.
Hispanics.
Jamaica.
So hot.
Haitian.
Winnipeg's like very multicultural too. So.
Yeah. But not with like, I don't know. I just feel like Latino background, right? Like Cuban. That's very attractive. Right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Cuban men are machismo.
Yeah, but on top of that too, the slangy sound.
I'm married to a Cuban man.
Cuban slangy. Like when you hear them, I don't know. I get real turned off when I
But he's
hear
not
very
Mexico.
Cuban guys. Super Cuban. I'll tell you this one story.
is that it?
Please
I
do.
was younger and we would do that thing where we would be driving around with the music, and then like peeping into other cars. Hot red Mustang convertible. And then the guy in it was like, he was cute. Started talking to him, but it was like, oh, we're driving. So we gave each other the numbers and then we ended up meeting later. And when he started talking, I was like, oh boy. God, it was awful. It
Immediately
was
no.
so Cuban. I was like, yo, no.
Gave you the ick.
Well, I was like, nope, sorry.
Like
goodbye.
just arrived. Cuban.
Yeah, like, and I was like, no, nope. Nope. We went to Dave and Buster's. That was a good date to like not talk and just like play games,
Not talk.
and go home.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's play the no talking game.
Yeah,
I always I find it so funny hearing dating stories.
from so long ago.
No, just because I didn't get to do any of that. Like I got married
Oh.
like right out of high
Oh.
school. So like I hear about like all these
Horrible days.
Crazy.
Horrible, right?
Fun. So much fun.
We
So
learned
how long have you guys been married, each of you? Sorry.
me and my husband this year will be making 23 years married.
Oh wow.
You
Yeah.
don't look old enough to be married for 23 years. Are
Not
you
at
kidding
all.
me right now?
Thank you.
23 years.
We got married in the year 2000. 18 years old.
Crazy.
And then we moved to Germany. So, and you guys have been what, like 7, 8 years married?
Oh
You've
my
been
God.
together a lot longer.
Yeah, I know. We've been together. I mean, numbers are so bad for me. I don't keep track of any numbers. We've been together.
That's why it was perfect. We got together the year 2000. So it's easy.
Even,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the first
Yeah.
year was 2001. So like whatever year it is, that's how many years we've been married.
That's great. Good job. That's yeah.
Tip. You haven't
Smart.
picked a wedding date yet? Try to pick a year that's rounded.
Even number. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've been together for 6 or 7 years married, and then like together, like, oh, I don't know, man, 12 years, 10 years or something. 12 years. We had broken up. We had gotten together, we were young, broken up for like 5 years, and then got back together.
And found
again.
your way back to each other.
Aw, that's
So
so
cute.
sweet.
I said,
Dude.
I always say I couldn't find anybody better, and he couldn't find anybody else.
You're such a
He hates when I say that, but he knows it's hilarious.
So how many kids do each of you have?
I have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have two. I
And
have
how
She has
old are
two
they?
littles.
One's about to be 6 and one just turned 4. Two
Oh.
And
girls.
mine's 9.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
super cute ages, all of them.
Do your guys' husbands smoke weed?
Mine did, but he just recently got diagnosed with like severe asthma, so he can't be smoking anymore, and he misses it so much. And so do I, because like I miss that time that we had together where we would sit down and sesh, and that's like when we would really like talk and get a chance to catch up on whatever happened that day. But now he can't smoke, so now he's just strictly sticking to edibles. Your husband smokes.
Yeah, mine smokes. He's actually introduced me to smoking.
Nice.
Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, he's the one who like I had tried in high school, but it was not a successful try. And then he
It wasn't a successful try.
no, it was like
It didn't stick.
it was sick. It was so weird, you guys. It was funny because I would go to history class and the guy sat behind me, and he would come late. His eyes were always bloodshot, and he was always super stoned when he would come into class. And of course, I would make him crack up. And it was like, perfect timing for me because it was like, oh, the Lena show, and he can sit down and be stoned and me. So after a while, I was like, bro, can you hook me up? Like, I wanna, like, you make it. It seems great. You make it seem real great. I think I want to try. Like, can you? So he hooked me up. I went with my friends to roll a joint. I had never even seen weed before, and I was trying to roll a fucking joint in a bathroom stall at that park by our school.
McDonald's Park.
Yes. In the stall, my friend's like, yo, you know what you're doing? I'm like, I fucking know. I'm just fucking mashing all this into this little paper here. I don't know what to do.
And twisting it up.
Oh, yeah. Started hitting it. The janitor showed up. Party's over. We had to put that shit out. And I was like,
So you didn't get high.
I don't know. I don't think so. Well, I think, and if
That
I
doesn't
even,
sound like a smokable joint.
and even it does, yes, it was not very smokable. And I was so anxious and freaking out that I don't think that I killed my high. Whatever high I got was killed by the janitors coming
janitor
quick. Like,
I was literally working at a Tim Hortons when the first time I ever smoked weed. They sent me out to the garbage area outside with like a pipe and weed, and they're like, "Okay, go smoke that." And I had no idea how to smoke it.
what? Are you serious?
Yeah,
Was that part of your training?
Yeah.
buddy. I like go in and I was like, "Yo, I don't even know how to like. I don't even smoke cigarettes, right? I am like 15 years old, right?" So they literally had to show me, and then I went back inside and just like munched Timbits in the back.
Fuck yeah. It
Yeah.
worked. You
Yeah.
did it right.
Yeah.
You did
That's
it right the first
crazy.
time.
But what were they like? Oh, this job really sucks, kid. Here you go. Figure this out
Go
because you're
smoke
gonna need
weed.
this.
Yeah, buddy. They're like older than me. I tripped out hard because like the police came through the drive-thru just to get coffee, and I was like at this, and I'm trying to like cash them out, and I'm tripping out hard, and the guy like he's like, "Yo, Ray, go in the back for a minute," and I just like went to the back and continued eating Timbits because there was no way I was dealing with public. Like,
Hey, it was nice that he recognized that though and was like, "Hey, homie, go back there, keep eating
No.
something."
yeah. Don't. It was in his mind. He was just like, "Don't be a heat bag." Yeah, like you're being weird. Go.
You're beating up right now.
Stop giving it away, you fucking.
go. And it was their fault. They did it, right? So
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
exactly.
gonna tell you something. Tim Hortons best coffee. It's way better than the Dunkin' Donut piece of shit we got over here.
You don't even know
Do you
how
guys
many
have Tim
milligrams
Hortons?
that cookie.
Oh, they said 300, but you know how they lie about the milligrams. Though.
Just be careful.
that was the warning.
I just see her going for more cookie, and I'm like, yo.
Just so you know, I warned you. Yeah,
I get it. I get
I
it.
said be careful.
Just be careful. Okay, Mom. I'm gone.
So apologies if you've already said this and I missed it, but like, how old were you when you first smoked weed?
The first time I tried it, I was like 14, and I tried it a few times, but it didn't stick. It's not like something I kept doing. It was only when I was like with a certain couple friends that were able to get it, and then I started again my senior year of high school, and that's when I started smoking regularly. Ever since then,
That cookie tastes like weed, though. It tastes like weed, and this is my problem. I know that I've said this before. I don't know that people understand this, but it tastes like the person's house.
Oh no, not into that. Not instantly no. Okay,
You know
so scale 1 to 10. Rate it 1 to 10. Like a
Look, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt that there's weed in it, so of course it's gonna taste like weed. But on a flavor scale,
you know, keep eating it.
I'm like chipping away at it. It I would say, well, from 1 to 10 taste wise, I would say like a 4.
Okay.
Sometimes things look really pretty, you know, and that's the whole point.
Like, who knows? In about half an hour, you could be like, "Yo, man, decided to change it to a 10 because I'm fucked."
The feeling is fantastic.
Right. That's true. That could change my opinion.
But like we respected like the taste, because like that's how we kind of, when people want us to like be like, "Yo, try this weed and tell us what you think." We're not like really judging it on like the effects of it. To us, it's like the taste and how it looks and like how it smells, right?
It's a combination though, too. I think if it smells good, right, that's already telling you how you like it. It's gonna do something. I don't know if you, since you get access to it. Since you get access to it, look, Lauren's like, you're gonna be all fucked up. Well, I guess you guys are gonna have to stick around and find out. But I don't know what I was saying anymore.
That's all right.
Kicking in. You're saying the nose. Like you smell stuff, it smells good. It's usually gonna taste good to you too, right? And then you're not, and then it's usually gonna be something that you enjoy the effects of as well.
Have you guys found like a strain or something that you've smelled, you haven't really liked it, and then you've tried it and been like, yeah, no, not for me?
I forget names of strains so easily. I need to really start doing the journal thing and like writing shit down.
but it sucks because there's no consistency. Like I don't see like, okay, I would say maybe 5 strains, right? Because like I think 5 is like a good amount for you to have like on deck regularly, right? But I don't think that there's a consistency of strains here enough to have like those top 5 that you could always go, well, I don't know, man, there's some strains, I guess, that you see more often than not. But sometimes you get a really good strain and you'll never fucking see it again. That's tragic. It's tragic.
That is tragic.
I feel like we've definitely had weed that we've like, it smells so good and it looks really nice, and then we smoke it and it doesn't taste like it smells.
Oh my god, I hate it when that happens.
Right? Like it's not as good.
Yeah,
like, wow, this
smells to hit this, and then like I go to hit it and it's like
it does, it's just kind of
or something, or like that
smoke.
weird.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens. Like it's too dry or something.
We've definitely smoked weed though. Like I feel like Eye of the Tiger, right? And it's from an LP grower, like, so it's like legally produced weed, and it's Eye of the Tiger, and it tastes like, it's like tangerine, and it smells amazing, and it tastes amazing, and it's citrusy, and it's like every single time we've gotten the flower of it, it's it's amazing from the first time we bought it, right? So it's consistent. But like it's hard to find that in the legal market here of like really good weed that you're gonna pay the price that they want for it, like legally. Like I can't afford to pay like, you know, $55 for an eighth of like really good weed.
Yeah, the dispensaries here, like there's a couple of like, so there's a couple California growers that have moved into the market here, like Cookies and Jungle Boys. I haven't tried Cookies yet, but Jungle Boys is like really good.
Jungle Boy. I've heard really good things about Jungle Boys. Oops, sorry.
Compared to Cookies.
Their pricing, I think Cookies pricing's gone better.
I don't know. I just remember when they first started.
Yeah, when they first started, it was fucking.
And we still have yet to go.
But
This is far.
Jungle Boys they're decently priced. There's another place locally that's called the Flowery. Actually, the growers from One Plant. Isn't One Plant originally from Canada? One Plant.
That's
No
not
idea.
like the.
I think that's out there. But
Seth
the
Rogen
What?
one, Seth Rogen one.
no, that
that's
one.
That's
Houseplant.
Houseplant.
Houseplant. Yeah.
Have you tried that? Is it any good?
It's not good.
We weren't that crazy. Maybe it's improved since we've tried it.
But
like,
when it came out,
when
it
we
wasn't.
tried it, no, we weren't a big fan.
It didn't tell you what
like
strain
one of
it
them was better than the other.
It-
Was it the indica was better than the sativa?
Yeah,
we
it
felt?
literally like it would never tell you what strain of weed it was, what kind of flower it was. It would be like indica, sativa.
like that. It
That's
was just
all you would know.
Houseplant, indica, or sativa.
That's
Oh.
kind that's a little bit insulting to like people who like know
Yeah.
weed.
Yeah, it was a little bit like
think
what
it was their strand that they called like a houseplant indica and a houseplant sativa. Like that they,
Was their own
it was
house
plant.
But it was like different weeds. Like so like because we got it the first time and then we bought it the second time just to see, and it was like different weed. It wasn't because we still had some left over, so it wasn't like the same sativa strain as the other sativa strain.
I
right?
wasn't a
Like,
big fan.
Yeah,
I was not a big fan. Like I would not go and spend my money on it.
No. I don't believe that there was a strain grown called Houseplant Indica. You know, I feel like they got a lot of cheap weed and they're just like, yo, this is Houseplant Indica. There you go.
Damn, I loved it.
Hannah loved it. Maybe she got a totally different plan too. I don't know,
Yeah,
Seth,
maybe
but
there's
look, your people
inconsistency.
are telling you it's not that great. You need to improve. I think he's out in California
I want
too,
to
but
see
they're
his
probably
new show. He has a new show out.
Oh, it's called like
Platonic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out.
The what?
Platonic. He has a new show out that I want to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, just because he's a movie star, so he don't give a shit.
There's a lot of great Canadians.
She's like anybody but.
I really like Seth Rogen because he's just unapologetically like a stoner. Like he's always been very open with, hey, I like fucking weed and I'm high all the time. And
But could you imagine just being able to
I love
make
that.
like movies all the time, stoned, ripped out of your face, and actually getting paid for it? That's like, could you imagine us just getting up having to, that's the dream. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
making your own movies too with like your best friend.
Yeah, now he's like, I got so much money. What am I gonna do? Ha, ha, ha. I'm gonna plant some weed. Ha, ha, ha. Sell some weed, make them think it's good because I love weed. Ha, ha. That's it. Whatever, man. You get so much money. Money's nice.
Yeah, true.
Money's super nice. I'm telling her, we're trying to get a new segment on our show where like we talk about movies and TV shows because we're stoners. Like I
love to watch TV.
Which by the way, stoners is such a great word, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the word.
I think stoners is such a fun word. I caught some serious shit over it from some fucking corny ass bitch.
Who's offended by the word stoners?
You're like, take the word back. Take the word back.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's such stigmatized. Because it's so stigmatized. And then she like burned us by saying, oh, like pot. And I was like, bro, shut up. He's like, shut up.
Yeah.
please. Like,
Too baked to deal with any of that
Yeah,
going
come
on.
on.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't care.
I love the word stoner.
Yeah, I never would have thought anything. Yeah,
Yeah, I would have never
What is
thought
that?
anybody would have such a stink about that word.
yeah. Stoners.
Take the word back.
We're taking it
Yeah, they're
back.
calling us stoners
I'm
all
a
the time
functional
now.
stoner, man. I'm
Yeah.
proud of that.
I love
Functional
it.
stoner.
Yeah, exactly.
Proud stoners.
Well, this is my thing is I don't understand why it's okay to pose on social media with like wine glass or like beer or like alcohol cocktails, right? But as soon as you're like on social media with a joint in your hand, then it's like kind of a big deal and people kind of frown upon it, you know? And it's like, well, it's like the exact same thing. So
I wouldn't even say it's the exact same thing. I would say it's way better than alcohol. It seems I've done
I can't compare.
right?
a lot more stupid shit.
I've done way more stupid shit drunk.
Right.
For real. For real.
100%.
Yeah. I never went and got a stupid tattoo because I was too stoned, right? Like that never happened. I was too lazy to go get the tattoo, right?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Like, being stoned just like saved me a lot of times.
So, do you guys like live near Disneyland? Because like or Disney. Is it
I was
Disney
just in
World
Disney
or
World
whatever?
today. I just left there today.
Okay, like because you guys like go there a lot, right?
It's far
like,
though.
We're
It's
like
about
3.5 hours from there.
Okay.
Doable.
Like it's super fun, and I love when you do your stoner days there. Like,
Yes.
Yo,
We
we
did our
went
trip
to
there. It
Universal
was so
Studios
much
this year.
Fun, yeah.
okay,
I
yeah.
think, which was also a great time.
Yeah,
But it was
really
actually
fun.
more expensive than when we went to
Bro, it was
Disney.
so, dude. I just did it blindfolded because I was like, I don't even want to know how much you're spending on this shit.
I'll find out later. Yeah.
All the planning.
I'm
and
like, yeah,
stuff.
I go, I don't even want to know how much the podcast is spending on this trip because and then on top of that, the ladies that went, I was like, bless your hearts, ladies. I can't believe you paid all this money.
And some flew from out of state, like to come to Orlando. So they're buying plane tickets, plus splitting the cost of the Airbnb, plus the tickets to the parks. What was killer is the freaking express pass that you have to buy on top of that.
Right, but like you cannot do a park unless you have an express pass. Can you imagine
Otherwise,
waiting in like
you don't
an
do half
hour
the shit.
ride every fucking time you want to go on a ride? It's not fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
They literally charge more at Universal. They charge more for the express pass than they do for the actual
Yeah,
ticket
but
to
it
the
makes
park.
more sense. Oh yeah, right.
It's ridiculous. It's like another park ticket.
You know why? Because they're like, oh,
They know you'll pay
you're
it.
rich enough to want to fucking skip the line, right? Well, you're gonna pay double.
And the thing is that they sell out of it. Like they'll only sell a certain amount, so people are paying it. Or they also have like if you stay at their hotel and you stay at one of their like high class hotels, like one of their nicer ones, it includes the express pass automatically. So
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
At that point,
but you're paying already extra for
Yeah.
the nice hotel.
at that point,
Yeah.
they might as well throw in a hand job in there. For
And plus, at a hotel, we can't be smoking. So, like, we get an Airbnb and we like sit outside and we
and we
smoke.
lit the place.
We got oh my god, we got
Yeah.
one jacuzzi. So, like, after a day of walking all day in the fucking parks, you sit in the jacuzzi and smoke a J. We had such a great time.
Yeah, or lock yourself in the room.
Amazing.
Sounds like a great time to me. Also,
Sonny, I feel like you need to write some solid Google reviews. Like,
I don't know, man.
I would listen.
I would terrorize some people. Some people be like, "Get her off the internet."
Oh, I love it so much.
Okay, so let everybody know where we can find you. So where do we listen to you at? Where do we listen to you at? Is that a real sentence?
Yeah.
Where
Where can people find
where
you?
can we find you?
Where
we're
can
on
people
YouTube
listen to
also.
you?
We're on YouTube also at Pot Smoking Moms. We're really trying to grow our subscriber on there. We're trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers on there. So if you can
Yeah.
subscribe to us on YouTube, please do.
It's like every day I go to our YouTube page and I go, "Oh my god, 606." Yeah. And then I go back like 2 hours later and I go, 605? What? What happened to 606?
I get it, honey. I get it.
I thought you liked me. 606? Come back. I promise. I got better stuff. Back.
And our new season just started. So
It's not like you can even monetize on YouTube, yo. Because
No,
I
we
know.
smoke weed.
Right.
We smoke weed on the internet. They're never gonna like
they're
allow
never gonna let
that.
us monetize.
No,
Because
ever.
they're haters. They're like, oh, yeah, right. They're going to make money off of smoking weed. Fuck those guys.
Just hate us.
Exactly.
And if you don't, obviously, if you're here, you watch YouTube, so you can find us here. And then we also have ourselves on podcasts. If any podcast streaming platform,
Apple,
Pot Smoking
Spotify, pot smoking mopes. Mom,
Hey, I just drove 4 hours. The
It's
traffic was
okay.
awful coming back
Afro
here.
Man was calling us pothead.
He kept calling us
moms.
pothead
And we're
mom.
like, pot smoking mom.
Like, pot mom.
They're not gonna follow us if you keep calling us the wrong name.
Truth.
Amazing though.
We're on TikTok too, but
Pot
bad
smoking mom
places.
and pop smoking mom.
Pop.
Jay. I can't talk, bro. I'm smoking at the same time.
Am I the one who had the cookie?
Oh my gosh. Oh, we love you girls so fucking much. We have to have you back.
We
Like,
gotta hang out.
yeah, we have to hang out.
You guys should come to Orlando, Kissimmee again.
No, we live in Canada. Nobody wants to come here.
I don't know if I want to go to Florida.
That's true. You know what? You're right. We'll come to you. Let's go to Canada.
Yes.
And then we'll
Tribal
stay there.
advisories
We'll
against
probably, I know, we'll stay there. We'll probably stay there if we go to
I
Canada.
almost want you to come in the winter so you
I-
can experience
right,
it a little bit.
Right? But like,
I don't know.
but
I don't
we're
know
not
about
bad. It's
It'd be
pretty bad
cheap.
here.
It'd be cheaper.
Yeah, but like they don't even have perk.
Then what? So then what? We're gonna stay stuck in your what is it? Not an attic. What do they
What?
call it? What is the downstairs? What's the
A
downstairs?
basement.
We don't have that here. We don't have that here.
Yeah, I was like, what do
We're
you
in my
what do you
base-
call it?
We're in my basement right now.
This is the basement. Yeah.
That is so cool. If we dig for a basement, it's water down there. Like we will just
Like alligators.
under Florida. Like if we dig a hole in the backyard, we'll just fall right through and then just like we'll be underneath the state of Florida.
There's no basements here. But when I lived in Georgia, we had basements. Like my Tia's house had a basement. And it was like our playground.
It's like a waterbed almost.
Alligators.
Alligators around. Yeah.
And if you open a hole, you don't. Oh my God! Have you heard of those? What are those? Those holes that open up.
The sinkholes.
The sinkholes.
I had 3 of them on my front street already in the last,
What?
yeah.
Those are such
That
so
is like
scary.
terrifying.
Like at least this like enough to fuck a car up where they had to like close it off and they're like, we got to fix that, and they fixed it and didn't really fix it because now it's still kind of going.
Man.
The idea that the
Ground just
ground could
open.
just open up below you and just swallow you.
As
like
if
you
we
just
needed
fall.
another thing to be fucking worried about.
Yeah, but you will not fall into a sinkhole if you come here.
Yeah, we
We will.
I like that guarantee there.
We'll make sure.
Canada, we'll make sure you don't fall in the sinkhole. If you come to Florida, we can't guarantee that.
Nice here.
Here in Florida, we'll,
If
we'll
you're
push
gonna
you
die,
into a
it's by us
sinkhole.
murdering you, not by sinkhole.
Here we push you into sinkholes. Over there.
Here we pull you out. We
Sinkholes.
protect you from the sinkholes.
We gotta
yeah.
do like sinkhole training before we go down there.
Oh my God.
You get a certificate. Sinkhole training.
I'm down. Yeah.
Oh, I am crying right now. All right. Well, it is time to say goodnight. But thank you so much for joining us.
All right.
Oh, we freaking love you guys so much.
We love you so much. And we could spend hours with you.
There's never an agenda. We just have fun. That's what's on the schedule.
Yeah, buddy.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
gotta have you back, and yeah, this was a blast.
Anytime. This was a blast.
Yeah.
Fuck
Thank you
yeah.
so much.
Yeah. We're making it happen. We're meeting in person some way or somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere along the way, even if we had to meet in the middle.
Me in the middle.
Where
Yeah,
would
we could do
in the
that.
middle?
Is
We're gonna go
Vegas?
to Colorado in October.
Yeah. Do you guys
Oh,
like
wait.
Colorado?
Vegas middle.
I'm going to
Oh, I
Vegas.
wanna go to
this
Vegas.
Sunday, actually, for a conference.
No.
I'll
Too
That's
soon.
too
Too soon.
Way too soon.
Meet us out there tomorrow. I wish.
Let's go.
I wish we had so much money that we could be like, bitch, I'm gonna pay
Right?
you up in my jet. Let's go. And
Right?
then
Exactly.
show up outside your door holding two iguanas. Like, I want 3 to you. Woo woo.
Oh my
All the
God.
iguanas.
Yeah.
Well, we are planning a trip to Colorado in October. I don't know if you're interested in Colorado at all. It's legal there. It's a legal state. We're trying
Oh,
to do
it
a pot smoking moms meetup. We're gonna, and I'm gonna go see the Mars Volta at the Red Rocks. So that's what
Dope.
I've always
Love
wanted
that.
to see a show there.
We
That'd
should
be a
check out
blast,
flights,
but-
see how much it costs to fly to
We'll look
Colorado.
into it. We'll
Oh,
look into it.
Colorado.
For
Let us
sure.
know for real. We'll figure something out. Like
It could be
accommodations
yeah.
wise.
Try to like Airbnb it.
We're trying to.
Yeah,
Colorado?
let us know, man. We'll look for
The
some
fundraiser.
stuff.
That's what
Yeah.
we're doing now. We're looking for like an Airbnb,
Let's,
a
hey,
big
you
place.
guys, let's host a telethon to raise money to fucking wild out in Colorado. Do it.
That'd be so much fun.
Somebody to sponsor
Everybody
our
in the
trip.
comments, just send us a few bucks and we'll get some secret content for you guys.
We'll live stream our shenanigans in the house in the Airbnb.
Yeah. I'll start on some cakes.
Smart
We're good.
ladies. Smart ladies.
We're gonna make so much money.
Oh my God. We will get that jet. We'll
Trips around the world.
weekend trips. Let's pollute that air. People.
You're up at your house.
I don't want to hang up the phone, guy.
I know, right? It's like you hang up first.
You go first.
I
No,
know.
no, you hang up first.
I know.
I'll call you right back, okay?
BTYL.
Okay, we have to do this really soon again. But
Yes.
Thanks, ladies.
Yeah.
Much love.
much love to you as
Yeah.
well. Thank you so much.
Freaking
And
love
good
you guys.
night.
Yeah.
Peace
Bye,
out.
guys. See you next
Peace
week.
out.
Bye, guys. We freaking love you.
Oh, I gotta do. Oh.
Hey, we don't have enough money for a new studio.
Okay. Okay, love you, ladies. Bye.
Sorry. Sorry, Mike the mic. Mike's
You
pissed.
guys get a bedtime? I got a babysitter.